Dice Paper Roll acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we meet, the Kulin Nation and the Turrbal people. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging, and recognize that they never ceded sovereignty over this land that they have kept and nurtured for over 60,000 years. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
Hello, my wild things, and welcome to Dice Paper Roll Goes Feywild. My name is Lauren Bock. You are listening to Dice Paper Roll. We are doing a campaign in Feywild, and I am playing a character called Kevin Strangeways, who is a little boy that is in the body of a man, and he's an artificer. He makes little robot-y things, and I'm pretty sure he's quite a dandy-looking man. I think he's got quite the sort of look of him. Maybe he's got a big hat, maybe it's squashbuckling kind of swarthy type person, but he's a little boy.
Did you say squashbuckling?
Yep.
Squashbuckling.
Yeah, a lot of belts.
Love that.
A lot of vegetables.
Lots of little pumpkins.
Big fan of racquetball.
Great.
I don't know what you're talking about, but that's Jack. Why don't you tell us a bit about it then, huh? Throw yourself under the bus. Go for it.
Look, I'm running this show, I guess. That's your mistake, not mine.
Don't worry, Jack. We're already regretting it.
All right,
big
Ben.
boost.
Who are you?
Big boost.
I am one of your lovely and very complimentary players. My name is Ben, and I am playing Unit. Unit is a conglomeration of used machine parts, a robot, essentially, made of kind of metal and inlaid ivory, and they've got like 2 holes in their chest, which are actually old like whack-a-mole holes. This part of Unit used to be a whack-a-mole machine at a fair, and their weapon happens to be the foam hammer that went along with that machine. But the rest of them is made up of at least a dozen different types of machines, and on the back there's part of a barcode that says UN-1-T. So they think their name is Unit. They happen to be friends with Kevin Strangeways. They met in a previous origin story, which you'll probably hear down the track somewhere, I'm sure. And that is all you need to know right now, Jack. Thank you for asking. Greg.
So, the lamest transformer ever.
Fucking yes.
Yes.
Whack-a-mole transformer with a foam bat.
Yes, that's me.
That's a good name for the episode. Whack-a-mole transformer.
And the backplate is what, like a UN peacekeeping vehicle? They're like a part of a UN
In that
armored
sky
transport.
blue.
Yeah. My name is Greg. I am playing Doelene Delequah. She is a harengon wizard, a little rabbit person, and she's set out into the world she's got a little mission to do with time, and she's impeccably dressed, has a large spell tome on her belt, and a small dagger, and a little pouch of reagents and herbs that she's picked up along the way. She's dressed quite simply, with her ears giving her an extra raise in height. She's actually about 3 feet tall, but with ears 4.5.
Nice.
Danny.
I hear she has extensions.
She does. She has she's had ear work done.
Extensions.
Yeah.
Not hair extensions.
I
there it
missed it.
is.
Sorry. Oh, swing and a miss from me. Also, I've always called it squashbuckling, and I understand it is swashbuckling now, and I've never really
Let's just
thought
get in
about
ahead
that.
of the emails.
But thank you for being really nice about it.
Hey, there's no better place to learn that you've been making a lifelong mistake than in public.
On a D&D podcast.
On a D&D podcast.
Yeah.
Where we've all made many a mistake.
What's been your mistake, Dan?
My mistake is that I was born Dan.
I don't think that's I think that's your mother's.
Yeah,
but go on.
that was my. They made 6 mistakes.
Kept going until they got one they liked.
Hi, Mr. and
let's
Mrs.
go with
Last.
that works. I'm Dan. I am.
Is that why you're Dan last?
I am. Hey, I haven't heard that since primary school. Awesome. I am Dan. I am playing Lord Walter Winston Winklepicker III. Thank you very much. He was a human, but found himself under a spell that transformed him into a frog being, and so he was a part of nobility, hence the lordship. But so he does now go about in a top hat and tails, with a white shirt, bow tie, obviously no pants, and a cane. And he is a bard. But I'm yet to figure out how that's gonna work.
Hang on. So out of 4 characters, we have 1 person wearing pants.
It's me. I'm wearing pants. Am I? Yeah.
The other,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But are they squashbuckling though?
Oh, yeah.
Take that, Sans Pants Radio.
That's right. They are. Okay.
That's a good bit of niche humor for podcasters.
Throwing shade.
All right.
I'm ready. You ready?
Yeah.
Then get ready. So then we don't have to stay ready. So then we don't have to get ready again.
Okay. A hare and a frog walk into a bar. The warmth of the light within, a relief from the icy, howling wind outside. We are cut off from entering the tavern by a figure who bolts down the street. We follow. The figure is panting desperately, looking over their shoulder for something behind them. They dart down an alleyway, their footsteps echoing off the walls with each splashing footfall. In their haste, they trip, and the blur of a jar spins uncontrollably to the ground with force, smashing upon the blue stone as the footsteps recede into the alleyway. Strewn across the stones, an acrid scent emanating from the shattered remains of the jar. For a split second, the pickles, the glass, and the negative space between them form letters. Letters that read, "Dice, paper, roll, into the Feywild." And then the words are gone as pursuant thumping footsteps trample through them, then slip upon the remains of the jar, sending glass and pickles everywhere. And the sound of a winded man's cry, "Fuck!"
Oh my lord, Winston, is that your namesake? Are these your family members?
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
Didn't you say your name was Lord Pickles?
Walter Winston Winklepicker.
Oh,
Yes.
Winklepicker.
Winklepicker,
Right, sorry.
yes. I believe that's On D&D Beyond, it's very long. I have to expand it quite a few times until I can actually see my full character name.
I'm sorry, I don't have my widescreen today. I
definitely Winklepicker the third.
I know we've been traveling together.
He was in quite the rush, wasn't he, Lady Doelene?
He certainly did
Delequah.
seem to be. He certainly did seem to be. And now, in his haste, he has dropped his pickles upon the cobblestones.
Oh, silly pickle. Am I right?
Oh, very good, my lord.
Thank you. Thank you. I do like your submissiveness. Shall we go inside?
I immediately take umbrage at that.
And as you take umbrage, you enter the pub.
Come here, Umbridge. And I lead Umbridge to a table.
That's Lady Umbridge to you, sir.
On the sign it says the Curly Seahorse of the pub. You get about your business. You're sitting at the benches, and then
what kind of establishment is this? Like a kind of a nice looking pub, or is this it's a bit rough around the
dive
edges?
bar, seedy.
Yeah, is it that
It's
kind of vibe, or whereabouts are?
Yeah,
like,
so
are we?
it's a tavern if ever you've seen one. It's walls and everything around it has seen many a bar fight. The posts that hold up the ceiling are like pockmarked with like bits of blades cutting into them, hammers and stuff. It's very much like old, worn pub. It's not clear how old it is. And all throughout it, there's like paraphernalia and there's sort of a motif of seahorses all over the place.
Oh, it seems like they've got a football club. There's so many little banners.
My goodness, sir, I've never been to a tavern of this ilk. Where have you taken me? I mean, it's quite exciting and interesting. But did the bartender clean my glass with his spit?
Yes, it does believe. I don't know where I've exactly led us to, Lady Delequah. I must say I do enjoy saying your name. But yes, I'm not sure if I'm feeling very comfortable in these here surroundings. I don't know if it's quite... barkeep, could we please get a private booth, if you may? I said, hello, barkeep.
Yes.
He's talking to you, sir. That's your job now.
Yes, okay, you being the,
Don't forget
the one
this
in
is your
charge.
job now.
You see?
That's rather rude. Yes, take a seat anyway. It's a tavern. It's not serviced in any way.
Yes, I know that you're in a tavern, young servant boy.
I'm older than you.
What
and you're
I'm
a frog.
requesting is a private booth. Okay, do you understand what it is that I'm saying to you?
Do y'all have a nibbles menu?
Yes.
You said nibbles, right? I think I said something else. But good. Yes, I could do with some nibbles myself.
What is a nibble? I'm sorry. I could also go for some sort of sweet treat.
Oh, it's tapas. Is this where we get to share our little dishes and they're all very overly priced even though I'm only getting 4 tiny items?
Look, it's polenta chips with areola dip.
Ooh, I do like the sound of that. Yes.
This is a confronting conversation. Honestly, people are not normally this rude. But I can see you're both fine guests of stature, and
I'm actually quite short.
I didn't mean literally. I just
Have you
meant...
insulted the dear lady?
Anyway, just... he, like, picks up two guests by the scruffs of their neck and, like, pushes them out of a booth and... Please, just take this seat. I don't know how to deal with this situation anymore. And he gets rid of those guys.
Oh, very good. Thank you very much, good sir.
I saw a scenario. I didn't mean to be offensive, right?
Much obliged, sir.
Ah, yes, now the
Jerry,
Nicholas
I've talked to you
menu.
before. You cannot talk to people that way, honestly. Well, Esmeralda at your service. What can I do for you?
Well,
You want nibbles?
you can get me a nibbles menu. And,
Yes, I'll be right back. And he shuffles off. And in his absence, the bar goes quiet. And then a punch breaks that silence. And you hear someone yell... Thanks, man. That was my alphabeti spaghetti! And then cacophony happens. There's... oh, wait, hang on.
I don't know about the nibbles menu if they've got alphabet spaghetti.
Alphabet spaghetti. I've never heard of such a dish.
Oops,
Oh, my.
wrong music. Sorry.
I believe, Lady Delequah, we have found ourselves in a bit of a whimsical moment.
It certainly seems so.
Now it seems more dire.
Oh, yes, it is suddenly more
better.
dire. Although
Yeah.
it was whimsical and dire both at the same time for a moment there.
The fist is moving fast in the direct collision course of your face, Doelene.
Oh,
The owner of said fist, a badger frothing at the mouth with clear ambitions for your nose to receive a higher station on your face. What do you do?
oh my, am I in a booth?
Yeah.
I, in shock, scramble, just try and scramble backwards out of reach of the punch.
Oh yeah, nice. It hits the wall behind you.
Oh my, sir, what calamity has forced you to swing a punch at me in this way?
I don't know, it's a bar fight. I'm getting into it.
Okay, I've never been in a bar fight before, but
Hit me.
Okay.
You're gonna have to hit me.
As she reaches into her pouch and pulls out a pinch of fine sand and tosses it up into the air and casts a spell.
Oh no. What do you do? What are you gonna do to my
cast
poor badger
sleep.
man?
I cast sleep on the room.
Oh. Fuck.
Him first. So that's 20. That's a 23.
Okay.
Which is that's the number of hit points of creatures that I can affect.
Okay, that's that's he's asleep. The badger just hits the table in front of you and just slides right across it. It's fortunate you didn't have any nibbles, so you didn't lose any, and they just kind of slide into the wall next to the booth, and then roll off to the side.
As per
asleep.
my favorite children's book, go the fuck to sleep, sir. And do I have any carryover? Is there anyone else fighting behind him?
Well, I'll say that's the end of your turn because I don't know how these rules work.
Well, that spell, I can affect up to 23 hit points. So if he has less than that, then if I can catch some more... if it's just him, that's fine.
I reckon there's a lot of fireflies and stuff around the lamps. They all just drop to the floor asleep. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Walter Winston Winklepicker III, the blade that lands in the post beside you as a flat-headed man tries to get the knife unstuck, spittle spraying from his open, smiling maw. He's waited 2 weeks for this. What do you do?
Oh, hello. What was your name again? I do believe we have met before, have we not?
Pegs Porkin. My name's Pegs Porkin, and I'm here for a porkin.
Well,
I don't think this is this kind of establishment, sir.
yes, I don't believe this is quite the same, the correct establishment, but I was wondering if you might be able to help me with a little bit of service, if you wouldn't mind. I would love 3 arancini balls, a little bit of the corn and cheese,
Pegs
some
is...
dumplings, and while I'm at it, oh, excuse me, I pull out a little, like, flip open makeup, kind of compact makeup thing, and I apply a little bit of makeup, because apparently that's what the spell components are, and I cast Friends on
Pegs.
on Peg's Porkin.
It's like a light blush or like a, are we going like a thick eyeliner? Like, is it, sorry.
It's a bit of bronzer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I always just enjoy what men think makeup is. I think it's very, very funny. I love it when you all use rouge. Kills me.
No, there's no rogues about. Why would I use
Ew.
rouge?
As a bard, when you cast that, do you have to sing the theme song of Friends?
So nobody told you.
Pegs is...
Your life's a joke, you broke. Your love life's DOA.
You will get into my
And
head.
Pegs-
Shut up now.
Pegs
It's getting in
goes-
my head. It's doing it.
I don't know how it goes. And Pegs's grip on the knife loosens, and he swings the other arm around and just does a big hug.
Pegs! Oh, it's so good to see you. Now, if those arancini balls and the cheese and corn, if you could just get right onto that, I would much appreciate it, my good friend.
Yes, anything from my good friends. What was your name?
Me?
I
That's very
obviously
rude of
know
good
it
old
because
friend, but it's Lord Walter Winston Winklepicker III.
I'll
Silly
just call you
Pegs.
WWW for short. Whoa.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh, fuck.
Your name's a web address.
Now I'm going to be all over the World Wide Web.
And he goes off to fetch some arancini balls. I don't know how successful he's going to be in that.
No, I think you'll be quite successful if you let him.
That's true.
The power is yours.
And around you, whilst you sit, I don't know, are you going to continue with your conversation or?
Yeah, so what did bring us here? I wonder what was in that man's jar of pickles. Why he was in such a rush. It seems this place has been such a quiet old town, don't you think, Lady Delequah?
Yes, I can't quite remember why we came in here. Perhaps it was the grumbling of our bellies that led us in here looking for snacks. But it seems to have turned into quite the ruckus.
A man's head slams on the table next to you and he's
Excuse
out
me?
cold.
Excuse me, sir.
I push it off with my cane.
Do you think we're safe in this booth here, Lord W?
What? So,
Oh my god, I think I just found out what his new voice is. Well, you see, okay. They call me George W. Okay. They call me Lord Walter Winston Winklepicker III. No.
That would certainly make my life a lot easier, I have to say.
do it.
Okay. I don't know what else we're gonna do here, but I don't know why I'm here. I don't know. I was just here to read some books to some kids, and now someone's whispering in my ear. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Yeah. Why are we?
Is it customary to participate in this bar fight? Should we be taking perchance another action to crack some heads? I'm not used to life outside the burrow, is all.
Down the hall from the tavern brawl to the sleeping quarters, 2 figures emerge. The revelations of the morning somewhat left at the door. The din of the battle pauses to size up the 2 new combatants. The screams and thumping temporarily ceasing. The silence is brief, too brief. As Esmeralda rounds the corner of the back room with a large tray of arancini balls, he looks at the 2 figures as a foot flying through the air comes in direct contact with Kevin Strangeway's mouth, which is open, looking at the bar fight in front of him. What do you do, Kevin Strangeways?
Kevin Strangeways takes a fucking foot in the mouth, I think.
Yeah.
That was rude. Ouch! What is this? That really hurt. Gosh, it really hurt. Just owie. I was out. Wait a second. I'm a grown adult man. I can fight back. I can swear. Fuck you! But the sound that comes out is like a really gruff man, right? That comes out.
We'll fix that in post, Lauren. Don't worry about it.
But at the moment, this is just his inside voice is Kevin Strange. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. Look, this is my first fight. You can't believe this is happening to me. Okay, all right, focus, Kevin, focus. Okay, what do you want to do? I can use my fists, and I can use my dagger, my crossbow. And he pulls out a dart that he has in his inventory.
Oh, yeah.
And throws it at the eye of the person whose foot it was attached to the human mouth.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Let's see if I can get a bullseye. Yeah.
Yeah, roll for attack, I guess.
It's a D20.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picturing your gruff voice as Morgan Freeman at the moment.
It's a 4.
It hits something. Not Macy Dirtbringer's eye, who you don't know their name, but that is their name. And they are a big orc with a septum piercing, and they're kind of like, they look at you and then they growl, and then they
misses
head back into
him
the brawl.
completely, right?
Yeah. It just
does
hits
it make its way towards the dartboard and actually get a bullseye?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And then the whole time, yeah, fight. And he throws himself into the fray.
Yeah, hell yeah, go for it, Kevin.
This is so exciting. Oh, so much pain.
As you emerge, unit, 2 figures start brawling around you. One of them is a bison-headed man who seems to only say Bruce, and the other is just some other random. It's not clear. Haven't written them yet. And Bruce
just a blurry
is,
shape.
Yeah, just a
with
blurry
a question mark for a head
person. Yeah.
Okay.
And they're just kind of like biffing on, and all you can hear is Bruce, and then he's just like whacking into the weird figure of a man. What would you like to do, Unit?
Okay. Unit. So Unit's half dome head spins around, and the wheels on the sides of their pelvis spin as they burn rubber and just sort of drive underneath the thrown punches of Bruce and question mark headman. And I go, "Why, this is rather rude for Kevin Strangeways and my birthday party, I must say." And one of my arms does like a go-go gadget and extends and grabs the foot that hit Kevin in the face. Just for some weird reason, can a foot be decapitated? It is. and I throw it. I throw it at Bruce and go, please be quiet.
I think it's dismembered.
Sure.
I think Macy is still attached. Like she's just like pulled along for the ride, and she's clearly having a great time.
Well, you should not have kicked my friend in the face on our birthdays. And I roll to hit.
And
that's a 1.
it actually she just like lands on top of you. And you just pinned underneath Macy. So the brawl is still going on, and then Esmeralda emerges he's already emerged with the Arancini balls, and he just pops them down, and he looks over at the sign behind him that reads 1 month of no brawling and everyone gets a free bear. He's not very good at spelling, Esmeralda. And he gets out his mop and he just whacks it on the floor and he says, "Quiet!" And the sign behind him falls to the ground, and he thinks about how he's going to have to make a new sign. And everyone kind of like looks around guiltily and sorry Esmeralda, we'll try to do better next month. And they all kind of find their own way out, and you're all left there.
Kevin's looking really disappointed at this point. He's like, "What do you mean? It's a birthday fight. It's a birthday fight for me. It's my birthday." Huh? And he picks up an arancini ball and eats it. It's like, and then immediately spits it out. And he's like, Is this supposed to be cake? Is this what adults think is cake? This is disgusting. It tastes like snot. It's snot."
Esmeralda is hurt. He will remember that. So it's most of the regular patrons have left the bar at this point because they were really there for the fight, and so you left 2 of you at the bar. What is it called? The booth, and I guess Kevin hanging out near the dartboard, and Unit underneath a angry Macy Dirtbringer.
Macy Dirtbringer, didn't they leave?
They're still a few stragglers around the bar.
Excuse me, madam, I am not, whilst I might look like it, I am not a chair. I was a coffee table for several years, but I am, in fact, a robot. Please get the fuck off me.
Comfy.
Please get off me. This is your last warning.
I think
you should get off him because she's kind of a badass.
Beep, boop, boop, boop. 10110, and I.
Yeah, get him, Runit. Get him.
A foam mallet comes out of the end of my other hand, and Unit whacks them.
Oh. Do you want to roll for that?
Yes. 16 on the dice. That's
Macy is like launched off of you.
22.
And they hit a post behind you and slide to the ground. Yeah, they're like pretty impressed with that, and so there's like a few stragglers just sort of nursing wounds or looking victorious after the battle. What would you all like to do? There's Esmeralda's behind the bar. There's patrons. There's a nice warm fire.
Lord Walter Winston Winklepicker walks over to Unit, sucking on each one of his fingers, just going, Oh, okay. Well, hello, good chap, Mr. Robot. You seem like you're pretty good in a fight, and I am in need of protection. I was wondering if maybe I could enlist your help as a sort of a bodyguard.
Unit pushes themselves upright. Hello, Lord Walter Winston Winklepicker III. My name is Unit. Unfortunately, my protective services only extend to one person at a time, and my friend here, Kevin Strangeways, is that person.
Oh.
Yeah, Kevin busts in between and goes, yes, hands off. He's mine.
Oh.
Kevin Strangeways at your service. And it actually happens to be my birthday, sir. So if you maybe wanted to
And
buy
mine.
somebody their first glass of ale. I mean, so many glasses of ale I've had in my entire life. And so, yes, this may maybe I made my first 100,000th glass of ale. Yeah.
Yes, I've never bought anything for anyone else, but that's good.
Best time for everything, yeah?
So am I looking at like a full-grown adult man?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a big burly dude. Like
Yeah.
I'm
I'm picturing like a
lumberjack
Russell
sort of
Crowe
style.
type. Yeah.
Yeah. Big bushy beard
Ooh.
kind of thing.
Extremely burly.
Russell
Like-
Crowe in The Gladiator?
He's a bear.
Or...
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, big bear. Yeah.
Big bear. Okay.
My, that is a
hello,
large
good
human.
sir. Well, it seems that you're quite capable of yourself, but perhaps I may be able to ask you for some protective services. Also, if it then means that you come with the robotic one in a little 2-for-1 sale, if you will.
Oh, wow, my first job. I mean, I've had so many jobs.
You look like quite the capable man, I must say.
I am such a man. I
Big,
am a
strapping
huge,
young man like
big
yourself.
strap. Oh, I'm an old man. I'm like really old. I'm so old. Yeah. Let's just start the bidding at I know 50 gold pieces a week, and room and board. A
I'll give you
PM would be
5.
great. And I don't know. What else do people? And we have to go to the monster trucks whenever they're in town. They have to. Yeah. Non-negotiable. I won't accept a penny
Okay,
less.
well, I can take us to the monster trucks.
And we
if
have to get
you
ice
are
cream
working,
on the
and
way
I will
there
give
and
you-
on the way home.
I will
As you're-
give you a per
as you're
diem
negotiating-
of 1 gold per day. How about that? Monster trucks and 1 gold a day. Pretty good, if you ask me.
How are you at bedtime stories?
Oh, well, to be honest, I've never read a bedtime story. I've had many a bedtime story read to me, but I don't even know where to begin, really.
I'll teach you. I've got heaps. Okay, let's do it.
It's actually quite uncomfortable. He's made me read him to sleep each night that we've traveled together and caress his hair gently.
And I need it. I don't have a lot of hair on this little
Oh, so
slimy,
you're
toady
the
head,
story
but,
reader then, huh?
It does get a little bit fuzzy. And yes, Lady Delequah could lullaby a minotaur to sleep. And,
Well,
with
sir,
her
you flatter me,
storytelling, her dulcet tones. If you
My
will.
singing voice is not what it all it cracked up to be, but I do love a good book. Doelene Delequah, lovely to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, Doelene.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, and I do think your dulcet tones are a lot better than the old monotone unit over here. No offense.
I heard that, Kevin Strangeways. That is a very mean thing to say to me on our birthday.
That's very true. I'm sorry.
If I
Happy
could
bir-
feel
happy- happy
something,
birthday.
I might just be sad and a bit of oil leaks out of their eyes.
Well, how strange. I was just about to ask. I did not think a clockwork being could feel feelings. I've never met a clockwork being like yourself. Did you say unit?
Yes, unit. That is what is written on the back here. And unit spins around, showing you the back of their torso, which is all rivets and faded metals of different kinds. And you can see the barcode, UN-1-T. Although Kevin Strangeways here thought it said UN-1T when he first read it. Ha 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 ha
Yeah, it was
ha ha.
a good
I thought
one.
it was funny.
I know how to read.
Oh,
What are you
as
talking
in
about?
like a non-yuan tea. That's very good. I quite like that. Yes, un-yuan tea. Very good. I
As
just
you're
made a very
talking,
big
Peg's
meta joke
Porkins
about
I got it. I got it. I thought that was a great reference
Thank you.
to other beings because, as being quite well read, I've heard of the Yuan-Ti as well.
I'm sorry. What is a Yuan-Ti?
Oh, snake people. Yeah.
Yes, they're fascinating.
Kevin and I are from Melbourne. We have not heard of a Yuan-Ti.
Well, I don't.
Melbourne? Did you say? Are you from Melbourne?
Yes.
I've never heard of the land of Mel. It's interesting that you were born from this place.
Is everybody born there named Mel, or is it just the single founder?
Just
that
the
was
single
Mel?
founder from my
Or do they
memory
also
banks.
use like Melissa or something, a version of Mel?
As you're
Absolutely fascinating.
discussing this, Pegs
On to the wee hours
Porkins
of the night.
rocks up with some arancini balls and says to you, Walter, well, now that we're friends, do you want my arancini balls, or are you here just passing through the town, or what?
The smell of parmesan is just overwhelming.
And
Yes, it smells like vomit.
is that truffle that I smell? So
It's
pungent.
certainly got earthy undertones.
Yep.
I will take the arancini balls. Thank you very much, Pegs. Off you go. Thank you. No tip. Bye.
He looks
You did to your mother.
as,
Good
as,
one. Yeah.
He turns to leave, and then were you guys passing through for the carnival, or
Carnival.
you just here to, I don't know, hang out?
I don't think that such droll undertakings would be suitable for a man of my esteem.
Now, W, I have to protest. I love myself a carnival. Is it one of the ones with the market stalls that has all the different kind of tinkers?
Look, I love trinkets. Yes, let's go. Please.
I will go with you, large person, large human.
And he sort of jumps up and down and sort of like claps his hands together in an extremely not Russell Crowe-esque manner.
Yes, there's a lot of, when you jump like that, there's a lot of grunt coming out, about 40-odd foot coming right out from there. Well, I would be delighted to accompany you to the carnival.
Can you tell me a story on the way there?
Maybe you should talk to Esmeralda. He knows how to get there, but I just thought you might want to see something. It's about a 3 days ride, I think, but Esmeralda knows all about it.
Well, thank you, sir. And W, you should not be so rude to your friend. Perhaps we should tip him for his very helpful information. And she pulls out a little pouch and opens it and spills out just a lot, like a bunch of gems onto the table, like an absolute hoard of gems. Do you think this one would be?
No.
Is it enough?
There's like
I think he is getting paid a livable wage and does not need any additional help.
Yes, surely his township provides him with food and medical services and a universal basic income.
Absolutely not. This is more. This is a livable wage. I will take this gem and only spend it on the bare necessities.
Oh, well, that is a fine ruby you have picked, sir. And she scoops the rest of the gems up into a pouch.
Lady Delequah, when are you going to let me take care of the finances? It's really...
Well, you've paid for everything so far. I
do.
haven't had to dip into my pouch of...
Pegs in like 5 years, we see Pegs, and he's in a mansion and looking over his large field, and he sips a nice cup of tea, and he sighs, and he looks at a little, pretty bad drawing of a hare on the wall, and that's just 5 years from now.
What just happened? I feel like we went somewhere else for a moment.
Yeah, no, none of you saw that. That was just for me. And
Nope, I must have been mistaken. Must have been a macro sleep.
I don't know, Lady Delequah, because strange things do seem to be happening in this place. Why, just this morning, I woke up from a sleep that has lasted for over 8,000 days and found my friend here, Kevin Strangeways, is now a Russell Crowe-esque man-shaped boy. I think I feel distressed.
That is quite the nap, sir.
8,000 days, you say?
Are you okay? I thought you said you didn't have any feelings.
Well, I do feel some things, though mostly I think in my mind, if that's what it is. Most of the time I am confused.
I am fascinated to talk to you, sir. I've never met a clockwork being before, and frankly, I think you may be able to be of assistance to me.
Is that what I am?
I assume so. I've only ever read about clockwork beings, and you seem to match all of the key indicators, such as you're shiny, you're made of metal, you don't feel feelings, and you seem to be made up of scrap parts.
She got you there.
Oh, well, this is a fortuitous day then, Kevin Strangeways. I finally know what I am. Other than confused. Perhaps we should find out about this carnival, given that you and I were at a carnival.
Yes.
What seems like yesterday, but apparently is 24 years ago.
Yes. Yeah, we should probably go there. I mean, yeah.
Do you think it's the same carnival?
Kevin is kind of excited about the fact he's a grown man, and is not that keen to return to being a little boy, and he just thinks he'll probably just wing it for a little while. So he's not that.
That's what
keen
most grown men do.
Going to the carnival, just in case there's a danger of him becoming a little boy again. But at the same time, he's
It's
a little
not gonna
boy,
happen.
and he doesn't know
It's
how
not
to
gonna
make
happen.
a decision about it.
Yeah.
So instead, he just kind of looks at the floor for a bit, and just kind of shuffles his feet. And yeah,
All right, well, to the carnival, are we? Oh, well, we should probably speak to Esmeralda about how we're going to get there.
yeah,
Is that
Yeah,
what
why
we
not?
need to do?
yeah. Preferably.
Okay.
Well, we are the only people in this fucking tavern, Esmeralda. Perhaps you could come and talk to us. Ooh,
Oh,
I
that
think
was
perhaps I just
rather-
felt impatience.
Rude. You guys are really not very polite.
I like the cut of his jib.
Yeah, I couldn't help but overhear that you're actually looking to go to the carnival. I wonder if you might speak to a friend of mine who comes through here every now and then. He lives up the road in the up on Pumpkin Hill. He goes by the name of Madrick Rosloff. I don't suppose you could go via him. It's on the way, I think.
yes,
Not-
I can. Yes, let's go there. That sounds.
He
good.
gave me this, and he pulls out his glasses and looks at the piece of paper. He gave me this, notice. It says, "Adventurers wanted, seeking untold fortunes, mystery, shenanigans, and deep magics. Possibly dangerous. Depends on politeness. Things what is lost to be recovered, some what you didn't know, and some what you did. Sign here for passage to the wild, the Feywild." And then you're supposed to sign your name here, and then it says, "Terms and conditions may apply. Don't read the fine print, for it be nasty."
and he hands you some pamphlets. And on the back, there's like a map showing you how to get to Madrick's house.
Okay, and is this on the way to the carnival?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's about. I reckon Madrick's is about like 1 day's ride, and the carnival's maybe 3.
Okay, I'm just going to read these terms and conditions. If you won't mind me, I might be a few minutes.
Who's got a pen? Have you got a quill or anything up there, Esmeralda?
right
Because I am
here.
ready for some shenanigans.
Esmeralda hands you a pen. Well, it's a quill.
Kevin Strangeways realizes he has never learnt to write, so he just writes an X.
Excellent. Cool.
Lord Walter Winston Winklepicker starts looking for his own pen and pulls out a little piece of string and some like little bit of fluff, and he drops that, casting Unseen Servant. The Unseen Servant is going to try and get the ruby back that and yes, just like quickly just try and get that back, that ruby. That would be really good. Okay, go. And his Unseen Servant drifts away, following Pegs, trying to pickpocket him, and pulls out a pen and with a big flourish with his quill, big long peacock feather, signs his name.
Oh, you're not illiterate. Oh, okay. Right.
No, I'm quite literate, just not intelligent.
Unit rolls over on their wheels behind Doelene Delequah, and Unit's head extends on a neck made of piping with a whir of cogs and metal, and their eyes light up and help light up the pamphlet for Doelene to read. Lady Doelene Delequah, let me help you scan this document. I, like you, believe that things should be read carefully. The last carnival I was at had me trapped in a hall of mirrors for 27 years.
Oh my, that is terrible, sir. I do agree that it is important to read all the terms and conditions on any contract one signs, and particularly when one does so in the presence of WWW over here.
I've never read a contract in my life.
Yes. Are you considering going to sign this piece of paper too, Unit?
Well, now that I've scanned it at an inhumanly fast speed, I see nothing wrong with it. So actually, yes.
And a pen extends from one of the holes in their chest. the whack-a-mole holes. Ah, look, a handy quill pen. I sign Unit. I have all kinds of useful shit in here.
Doelene quickly reads through the last with an eye to Unit signing, but once Unit signed, Doelene certainly seems much more inclined to join up, and she pulls out a fine but well-used quill with a gold nib and signs her name with a flourish at the bottom of the contract.
Ooh, nice quill.
The fine print says, "It be nasty." And
that took me a very long time, frankly, considering I am quite the reader.
And with that, do you all head out?
Look after yourselves out there. I need to clean up this mess.
Says Esmeralda.
Oh, Esmeralda, do you reckon I might be able to loan some horses of some description? Or maybe how are we going to be traveling there? I mean,
Well, look,
walking
really,
on our own two legs?
it's
No, that'd be fucking ridiculous.
yes, I mean, Ride. There's some horses in the stall. You can borrow
Great,
those.
we'll take them.
Just leave them by with Madrick, and Madrick will pass you on some other horses on the way, I assume. Yeah, that
Great.
should be fine.
when they get to the horses, Kevin kind of still forgets he's an enormous man and chooses like the smallest little Shetland pony to ride. And jumps up. And goes, that's a
giant
big boy
man.
horse for me. Come on, yip yip.
Well, I guess I'll take this draft horse then. And Doelene leaps up onto the back of the draft horse without any effort.
Excellent.
Bounds up.
And Unit says, "Not for me, thank you." And their legs detract and until they're sitting like just on their pelvic bone. They've got 2 tires on the side of their hips, and their pauldrons are also tires. And they tip backwards, and they're on 4 wheels. Let's go, motherfuckers.
I did not expect him to be going crutch first, I have to say.
I wasn't expecting that too. I mean, exhaust pipes right up the front. I don't understand it.
And you ride off into the sunset.
It
Yeah,
is a
pretty much.
Strange setup.
You all ride off into the sunset.
Yeah, Walter hops onto a horse also.
Oh, yeah.
And very poorly bounces around and just fucking like very much struggling to keep control with his little frog hands.
Well, Unit, I was hoping to talk to you on the way, but I can't seem to hear you very well over the rumbling of y'all engines, so perhaps we could catch up another time.
And with that is where I will say the last little bit of the episode.
Just wait, what's the car that David Hasselhoff had?
Night Rider.
Knight Rider, you're Knight Rider, Ben. You're Knight Rider.
Kid.
That's a lovely
gonna be
kit you
amazing.
got there.
It's Kid,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Mhm.
Is that his name?
In the metallurgical arts of old, the steel whisperers of the Hollow Mountain were said to be among the finest smiths throughout the land. Their ability to create the hardest of steels that were neither brittle nor heavy was sought the land over. It is said that they formed these metals not through the beating, reheating, and grinding of metal, though it must be said it certainly helped, but through the combining of a variety of metals they called an alloy. Its strength came from the bringing together of unusual and unlikely metals, each one's strength filling another's weakness. Of course, magic also helped.
Hello, are we dissecting?
Yeah.
Hey, yes, we sure are.
We
Welcome.
sure are.
Welcome to the first dissection for Dice Paper Roll. What the fuck are we calling this? Gone Feywild?
Into the Feywild.
Into the Feylight? Into the Witch Wild? Into the WWW? Yeah. We know it.
Wide.
Welcome.
Wild.
Picker.
Bravo, Jack. What a fantastic introduction.
Really good.
Thank
really
you.
good.
Yeah, bravo.
Yes, very good, sir. Very good.
Very Pratchett-esque.
Thank you.
I was getting very much, strong kind of Pratchett vibes from your narrating, your DMing style on this one.
Very
Thank you.
nice.
Wait a
High
minute.
praise,
Does
yes.
that mean you have read Pratchett since our last campaign, Danny?
For those listening at home, yes.
Oh, Daniel.
Wow.
Those just here.
Which book is your favorite, Dan?
I've read bits and pieces. It was
What did
very,
you read?
whimsical, like rhymey kind of.
No, it certainly has. It does have a bit of a Pratchett vibe. I think everything Jack does has a bit of a Pratchett vibe.
Yeah.
I just feel like
Yeah.
he's dialed it up to 11.
Yes, it felt very in your wheelhouse, Jack. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, good. I think I feel like I'm still learning with the DMing, I think, but Yeah, it's interesting because like normally I've only really done one shot things for live shows, so it's interesting kind of being like, okay, I don't actually need to tie everything up. I can just see where it goes. But I'm very thankful to finally have the first episode done.
Yeah.
We planned doing this nearly a year ago. So
yeah, when the
we?
Witchlight first came out.
Feywild blue balls.
Oh yeah, and we were like, we should jump on this Witchlight thing, guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be really relevant.
Yeah.
And we ended
And
up
we took
even
so-
doing Spelljammer before we did this. So
Yeah, that's how long it took us to jump.
Yeah, like,
oh
you
fuck,
do.
there's a new thing to jump onto.
I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's good. I'm really happy to finally get into it. I'm pretty curious to see where it ends up going. It's really hard figuring out when to jump in and like redirect the conversation. I'm sorry, I jumped in a couple of times, but
We ignored you.
I was going to say, I'm like, you should have jumped in more, man.
Yeah,
you
you're
were
so
ready.
fine. Yeah, shut us up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
but it was
Keep it on,
it was
keep it on tracks.
It's never wrong, I don't think,
No.
unless
Yeah.
you've got
No.
like a deep character growth conversation going
Yeah.
on. I don't
Very
like,
true.
I also think it was nice, like just letting the characters evolve together a bit because
Yes.
listeners at home may not know, but I recorded an intro episode with everyone before this, which we may release at some point. But mostly, I wanted to kind of help establish our backstories a little bit. But it's nice to actually have all the characters in the one room and actually do some role play, which is good. And I can sit back and watch you perform, which is nice as well.
Yeah, I think giving it quite a lot of breath was a really wonderful choice for us because I think we are quite used to going quite fast
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sort of bang crashing through, a task or an adventure of like when do you hit fast forward and when do you hit pause and that kind of thing. And I think you played that very well. So
Oh, thanks.
yeah.
Hmm.
Good work. Love a good tavern. We spent it was a tavern episode, baby.
Tavern
Like,
episode, nothing but it.
got to start in a tavern.
Arancini balls, that was great.
Yeah, it was
I,
great.
It's
Arancini balls and cheese and corn.
I also
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, no, I thought everybody's got really cool, interesting characters. I thought it was like, just a really nice kind of way of everybody being this kind of like soft introduction to each other's characters, but also both parties having a familiarity between each other
Yeah.
so that it didn't feel like it was just like, it's everybody meeting for the first time and how has this all kind of come together, that there was we were there for separate reasons or for whatever, but that added level of we have a connection with someone else in the group.
To sort of justify why everyone is in the room and why they should work together as opposed to it just being like, well, we all like want to play D&D together.
Yeah.
Guess we're just gonna be friends straight away. I think we'll be the fastest of friends. Huzzah! Like that's very inorganic, but it's not like it's you turn around and look at everyone and go, oh no, not you fuckers, and just like leave the tavern and then delete your character in D&D Beyond. That's not happening.
That's where I was like, oh, robot guy, and big burly guy, I'm gonna employ you as bodyguard.
That was great.
Yeah.
That's
Good
like
choice.
my character is not into fisticuffs. I'm trying to go against what I usually play in terms of being
I'm sorry.
a melee kind of character and try and be something that's going to be like, no, I'm not going to.
Also, you're a frog, and I forget that.
Yeah, I know. I need to pay more attention to the fact that I'm a frog in a top hat. I'm totally going for the whole like,
Hello,
the
my baby.
Warner Bros.
Hello.
Yeah, hello,
Yeah.
my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime girl.
I should have invited
funny.
more opportunity for you to intro yourself. I'll
No,
try and do
no, I
that
don't think
later.
so. Honestly,
that's right. We
don't
had plenty of
second-guess
time to
yourself.
introduce, and
Yeah.
we've got many an episode to reintroduce ourselves and spend
Exactly.
half an hour doing introductions for ourselves.
Oh, we do love that.
We love doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Can you give us a teaser as to what's next or anything we can expect with the carnival other than it be nasty? Just as players, I promise I won't metagame much.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take you to get there.
Probably just a sneaky 40 episodes.
40 episodes. Yeah.
I'm calling it now. This is 90 episodes.
I'm more intrigued by you guys coming from Melbourne and
Yes.
having been asleep for 20-something years or whatever, and now you're a grown-ass adult, and how you have crossed over into our world. Carnival schmarnival, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I must admit, I was really mad that I wasn't going to be a little boy, but I've realized I very much enjoy like that whole Tom Hanks and Big situation.
Or like
I was gonna
suddenly 30 or whatever.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is rich territory.
Yeah.
I got big vibes straight away when
Yeah.
you talking about not wanting to go back to the carnival. I was waiting for a Zoltar reference to
Yeah. It's like
Suddenly 30. Who is that?
Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer Garner. Yeah.
I watched it. I watched it with Gaither the other night. It was really. It's a fun movie. Like, holds up.
That the dress is really making a comeback, everyone. Ariana Grande wore it. Okay. I know too much.
Well, we're having way too much crossover with our usual D&D crowd.
Yeah, it was really nice though. I really I'm excited to do more of Feywild. So, and
Yeah.
I've also done a bit of art for it. So we'll have some like an actual cover for it, and then
we just need to get you to DM it, and then you'll do the artwork, right?
We've
Yeah, 'cause
cracked the
that's-
case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And make him wait a year before he can run his first game, and then then he's got time to do some art.
I also drew a picture of Esmeralda during the week, so might put that up on Patreon, I guess.
Yeah. I like
Amazing.
Esmeralda. I like all of your little
social.
flourishes, like the mop and the
Mm.
some. I just find like specificity. What am I trying to say?
Yeah, that word.
Specificity?
That one is the sort of most exciting comedic, but also sort of immediacy to storytelling. Like you can be super specific about one thing, and we don't need to. We can sort of color in the rest. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah, it gave a lot of color to like the tavern, right? Like it was a bit unclear. Like Dan jumped on that question, and it was unclear what the tavern was like. But then the description of the bar fight and the various implements stuck in the posts was enough to really
Yes.
bring the stickiness of the floor and the bar and the seats home.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and then everyone just like kind of fucking like I liked the image of you and I, Greg, just like trying to have some tappers, and there's this big fucking brawl going on around us, and people's heads just like smacking down on the table, and we're like, oh, move, please, you know, and like,
Oh no,
try
my mac
this,
and
you know?
cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the noble like that. Yeah, contrast I think is also really.
And the alphabetti spaghetti, of course, as the tie into your original prologue teaser that you did at the end of our character creation app.
Yeah.
Jack.
That's it. That's it. It's
Had that burning a hole in your pocket for about 12 months.
So those people that have been paying keen attention between the two episodes of Feywild.
You've blown all your Easter eggs, like.
Yeah.
That one's for you, Blake. All right.
Yeah. There's we should do something. I've got something before we like. Are we done with the dissection?
And there's if any final words from you, Jack?
Well, we see Pegs get robbed in the street of his jewel, and what is it?
But you don't see it because it's an unseen servant.
Yeah, the unseen servant nicks the jewel off of pegs. And 5 years in the future, we see the field that Pegs is looking out over disappear. The picture of the hair dissipates, and we see them on the street again, walking down, looking for a bite to eat.
Capitalism wins again.
It's a real sliding doors moment, that one.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks everybody for joining the dissection.
Yeah,
Thank
check
you
us
very
out.
much,
At Dice Paper Roll on all the socials. Like us, share us, tell all your friends.
etc.
Give us money on Patreon.
Just give us money. Thank you.
Also, AI is coming for my job now, so
So come to a live show, buy a t-shirt.
So come to a
What do you mean, Jack? There is nothing wrong with AI.
They're coming
Nothing
to you.
at all. Ha 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 ha.
Thanks, mate. See ya.
Bye.
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 We'll pause for meals of music, which will come in now. Wow, that was amazing.
Into
Thanks,
the
Emil.
Feywild,
Beautiful.
this dice paper roll. Let's go into the Feywild, dice paper roll. Onward through the pickles, onward down the street.
I cut my foot on the glass. Ow, fuck.
There we go.
So
Wow.
beautiful.
Emil just gets better and better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
His best work is ahead of him.